I want to talk about something today that honestly made me a little emotional. I don't really expect it to, but if you've been on YouTube for a long time, then you probably understand why this hit me the way that it did. Because if you've been around since the early days of YouTube, you probably know a show called Good Mythical Morning. And if you don't know what Good Mythical Morning is, then honestly, you miss out on one of the most consistent and genuinely entertaining shows in the entire history of YouTube. Good Mythical Morning, or GMM, is a daily show hosted by Rhett and Link. And when I say daily, I mean daily. These guys have been putting out episodes almost every weekday for years. And the premise of the show is simple, but the creativity behind it is what makes it work. They do things like insane taste tests, the famous Willet episodes, trying to guess generic brands versus name brands, testing weird food combinations, bringing back discontinued foods, weird science experiments, ridiculous games, and somehow they managed to make that format entertaining for over a decade. But the thing about Rhett and Link is that they didn't just make a show. They built an entire creative universe around it. They made music, sketches, their own YouTube produced series called The Mythical Show. They've done commercials for local businesses. They've won multiple awards. They even ended up getting their own 24/7 Roku channel. And they had a food show on the Food Network. I mean, at this point, Good Mythical Morning isn't just a YouTube channel. It's basically an entertainment empire. Now, I know some people will say that Mr. Beast is the pinnacle of YouTube. And look, Mr. Beast is massive. Nobody's denying that. But the way I see it, Mr. Beast is kind of like The Price is Right. It's a big spectacle with huge prizes and huge scale. But Good Mythical Morning, it's more like Conan or Kimmel. It's a talk show style format, personality driven and comedy driven. And honestly, I think Rhett and Link are 1,000 times more entertaining than most late night shows today. Because they aren't reading off cue cards written by corporate writers, they're just being themselves. And that's why people keep coming back. They've also created something that very few creators manage to do, which is consistency. Not only do they have the main episode every day, they also have an after show called Good Mythical More, where they keep the conversation going and play additional games. So you're basically getting 2 pieces of content every single day. And I could honestly sit here and talk about Good Mythical Morning all day long. But the reason I'm making this video is because there's someone behind the scenes who helped make the show what it is today. Her name is Stevie Levine. Now, if you're a longtime viewer of GMM, you know exactly who Stevie is. Even though she's technically behind the camera, she's basically been a third personality on the show for years. You hear her voice all the time. You hear her correcting Rhett and Link. You hear her giving them instructions. You hear her roasting them when they mess something up. And honestly, that dynamic is part of what makes the show so good. Because Stevie just isn't some random producer. She's been with Rhett and Link for years. She played a huge role in helping turn Mythical into what it is today. At one point, they even created another show called Let's Talk About That, where Stevie was basically the main host. That show really showed how important she was to the entire Mythical brand. And when you look at the bigger picture, Stevie helped build something that a lot of YouTube channels never managed to build. A team, a real production crew, a creative environment where people actually enjoy working together. And if you watch enough GMM, you can feel that. The Mythical crew feels like a family. Not in the fake corporate way where companies say we're a family, but in the sense that you can tell these people genuinely like each other. And Stevie played a huge role in building that culture. Which is why the news that came out recently was honestly pretty sad. Stevie announced online that episode 3000 of Good Mythical Morning would be her final episode as the show's producer.
Hey Mythical Beasts, I'm shooting this video separately from the main episode because this is a difficult announcement for me to make. And I wanted to do it in a more intimate setting without the full crew on set. As many of you know, Rhett started experiencing some heart issues in the summer of last year, and he underwent surgery in the fall. And the kind of gravity or the weight of those circumstances led to some important moments of reflection. And the guys and I had some serious conversations about life in general, about life outside of work. The majority of you know me as the executive producer and voice of Good Mythical Morning, but the larger actuality is that those roles are only a small fraction of my work as the Chief Creative Officer at Mythical. For the past 13 years, I've had the immeasurable privilege of building Mythical alongside Rhett and Link from a tiny operation in a converted garage to one of the largest creator companies in the world. And along the way, cultivating this extraordinary community that's come to mean so much to me. And so, I never thought I'd be saying this. I'm leaving Mythical. Building this brand and making this show in particular has been a once-in-a-lifetime honor. I've dedicated nearly my entire adult life to Mythical. It's been my home. But I know, as hard as this decision has been to make, and as much as I'll be grieving this change, that it's the right one. I let the crew know last year that I made the decision to discontinue my role as Chief Creative Officer. And today, I'm letting you all know that my last episode as the executive producer and voice of GMM will be the 3,000th, airing a month from now on March 13th.
And the reason she gave was that she wants to focus on her mental health, her family, and other personal endeavors. Now, first off, I want to say something very clearly. I respect that decision 100%. Because working on a show like this for years, at the level that GMM operates, is probably exhausting. We're talking about daily production, constant creativity, constant deadlines, constant pressure to keep the show fresh. That kind of environment can absolutely take a toll on your mental health and personal life. So the fact that she recognized it and made the decision to step away, it takes a lot of strength. And honestly, I applaud her for it. But at the same time, it still feels like the end of an era. Because Stevie has been such a huge part of the Mythical experience for so long. Even if she wasn't always physically on camera, her presence was always there. And if you watched the show for years like I have, you know exactly what I mean. So when I heard that she was stepping away, it definitely hit me a little harder than I expected. But something she said during episode 3000 actually made me feel a lot better about the situation. She said something along the lines of, she wouldn't have left if she wasn't confident that the show could continue successfully without her. And honestly, that's such a powerful statement. Because what that tells me is that she truly believes in the team that she helped build. She believes the Mythical crew can carry the torch. She believes the show will continue to thrive. And that kind of confidence only comes from someone who knows they helped build something special.
It's been one hell of a run. We've done everything together. You've been the best crew a girl could ask for. Endlessly curious and immensely talented. I'll hold you and Mythical in my heart forever. But as we say every weekday, you know what time it is. Sincerely, Stevie.
Did you guys have to add that music? I mean, it was.
Oh my God.
I mean, it was enough as it was without the music.
Stevie, you got something you want to say?
I love you.
We love you
Love
too.
you too.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, I think that, the first montage put into perspective how dirty of a mind you have. That one put into perspective everything that you have brought, everything that you have done. And, you know, I think one of the things that Link and I talk about often is it's a rare combination of someone who is so good at what they do, but also is so passionate about what they do and cares so much that it's been a privilege to have you. The team that we have here at Mythical running this show and running all the creative initiatives that we have, you guys are incredible. And I think that's one of the reasons that we can be, and you can be as fans, confident that the future of Mythical is very bright and the future of this show is very bright, in large part because of a lot of the things that Stevie established and knowing how to spot a talented person who's going to have that same passion for what we're doing and bringing them, you know, here to Mythical.
Thank you, guys. I'm gonna miss you all so much, and yeah, I think that's the thing, is that I wouldn't be leaving if I didn't think that this team was so talented and capable of making things just as great as they've always been. So I feel really good about that. And yeah, when I look at everything that we've done together, I just feel so immensely proud. And that's not even everything that we've done. So, and I think every failure that we've had has been a learning lesson that's led us to bigger and better things. And I'm just, I'm so grateful for the past 13 years.
We are too. Thank you.
So to the Mythical crew, if any of you ever somehow see this video, just know that Stevie believed in you enough to step away and trust that the show would succeed, even with you at the helm. And I hope you guys make her proud, because Good Mythical Morning means a lot to a lot of people, myself included. And who knows, maybe Stevie will still pop up as a guest sometimes. And honestly, it would be a great thing to see, because the door doesn't really feel closed. It just feels like she's taking a step back, and if she ever decided she wanted to return in some way, I feel like Rhett and Link would welcome her back with open arms. No questions asked. Because that's the kind of relationship they seem to have. Now Stevie will probably never see this video, but if by some random chance she does, I just want to say something directly. Stevie, you were a part of my daily routine for years, right alongside Rhett and Link. Watching Good Mythical Morning was one of the best ways to start the day, and you played a huge role in making that experience what it was. You also helped a lot of people feel more comfortable about being themselves, especially people in the LGBTQ community, because you were always open about who you were, and that representation actually matters more than people sometimes realize. And I'll even be honest about something. When I was younger, I actually had a little bit of a crush on you, and when I found out you were a lesbian, it never really changed how much I liked you as a personality, because you were just that charismatic. You were more than your sexuality, you were more than your gender. You were just Stevie. I think that's something a lot of people appreciated. Your personality stood out so much that people connected with you regardless of anything else. And that's actually a powerful reminder of something. You don't always have to be the person in front of the camera to make an impact. Sometimes the people behind the scenes are just as important. And Stevie is a perfect example of that. Because while millions of people came to the channel for Rhett and Link, there are also a lot of people who stayed because of Stevie. So even though she's stepping away, she'll never really disappear. There are over 10 years of episodes where she's still a part of the experience. And anytime someone wants to revisit those moments, they can. That's the beauty of the internet. Those memories just don't vanish. They stay there forever. So Stevie, I genuinely hope that you take the time you need to focus on yourself, because mental health matters, and so does family. And sometimes stepping away from something you love is the healthiest decision you can make. And if you ever decide to create something new in the future, I'm sure there are a lot of people who would be excited to see what you do next, because you've already proven that you have the creativity and leadership to build something amazing. As for Good Mythical Morning, I'm excited to see where the show goes from here. But I'll always appreciate the era where Stevie was a part of it, because that era helped define what the show became. But that's all I really wanted to say. If you've never watched Good Mythical Morning, I highly recommend checking it out. It's genuinely some of the most consistently entertaining content on YouTube, and if you start watching, you'll probably understand why so many people love it. So if you enjoyed the video, like it. And if you want to see more commentary like this, then sub to the channel. Right now I'm trying to hit 75 subs by April, so if you want to help me, I'd really appreciate it. And I want to thank everybody for watching. I do appreciate all the support that you give me, and I will see you in the next one.